When you look at this week one Cowboys games, it's important. You never want to say must win or any of that, and all are important. But the way this schedule lays out, if they can find a way to beat the Cowboys, it kind of just sets some really good things in motion. What do you think some keys are when you look at this matchup? You know you got Dak Prescott, you know you got Mike Parsons, you know you got. I mean, there's some star power with the Cowboys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think number one, it's making sure you have a handle on CeeDee Lamb as best as you can, because obviously that's who Dak Prescott is going to be looking for most of that passing attack. But we do know, CeeDee Lamb just started practicing again after holding out and his contract situation down there in Dallas. So I definitely think that's going to be the biggest key for this defense. And offensively, obviously, you mentioned Micah Parsons there. I think knowing how the Browns have struggled at tackle in terms of getting all of those three main guys back up to speed. We've seen DeJuan Jones practice, but Jack Conklin just got back out there. DeJuan Jones has been out there all of training camp. He started practicing during OTAs, so he progressed the fastest. But Jed Wills is still not out there. So, if Jed Wills can't play for week one, you assume right now the most likely option for them is to have Jack Conklin play left tackle. That's where he played in college. He's an all pro, he's a veteran. Sliding him over, in theory, should not be that big of a deal. Plus, you have Joel Bitonio on that left side, so that's going to help things a lot. So if it is those two, I still feel pretty good. Micah Parsons does like to move around, but this Browns O-line, it's a good test for them. Obviously Andy Dickerson, new position coach there with Bill Callahan gone to coach with his son in Tennessee. But I think those are the stars are the keys in a game like this. And I think Dallas has a lot to prove too coming into this game after a tumultuous offseason down there with CeeDee Lamb, especially holding out and getting that rolling for them.
The one thing that when I think about C.D. Lamb and Cooks and those guys, the Browns are equipped to, if you think Lamb is trying to be physical, I think Martin Emerson can cover him. If you think he's trying to go deep, well, we got Denzel Ward, you got Greg. The Browns have different ways of taking care of wide receiving threats.
They do. And I think that is part of the reason this defensive back unit has been built so well. I mean, another kind of fun key to this game, I wrote a little bit about this a few months ago when I did my big profile on safety Grant Delpit. He and CeeDee Lamb are best friends going back to childhood. They grew up near each other in the Houston area. They played on the same powerhouse youth football team in Texas growing up when they were in their middle school years. So those are two players who have a lot of familiarity with one another, and I think that certainly will add something to this matchup. And specifically, the Browns having a DB that maybe knows better than anyone CeeDee Lamb's strengths and weaknesses in Grant Delpit.